Exciting. It's exciting this week. Hello, and welcome to another Monday's live session. And guess what? I'm not on my own.
Yay! There's two people at HQ today. It's exciting.
So this is Amanda from Redwood Copy. We share the same surname by pure coincidence.
It is.
Yeah.
We can't work out a connection, but
no, we're not related.
There'll be something.
Yeah.
There'll be something somewhere. A lot of my family are from around this area, but we can't work it out.
No. So today we're going to be talking about social media, well, particularly Facebook content, a little bit of the psychology behind it, what's some great top tips, and also going to be giving a little bit of a quiz, see how many users you think there might be on Facebook. So we'll be asking you all to join the chat with that. Amanda's going to be doing most of the talking this week, so it's great. I can have a little rest.
And there's going to be a big announcement at the end.
Yeah, we've got something exciting.
Some really good news
at the end. So so I'm going to first of all, I'm going to ask a question, and I'll keep asking it in the chat. Is how many users do you think there are on Facebook? How many active accounts do you think there are on Facebook? And again, if you are watching live, please give us a wave, and we'll give you a shout out. But yes, I'll keep asking that question, and we'll do some guessing. In fact, I should have hidden it. I'm gonna hide it.
Oh, yeah. That's a really good point. I'm like zooming in on the screen.
Yeah, I'll hide it here because I can test you as well.
Did I see it? No, maybe not.
So I'm going to hand you over to Amanda. She's going to give us some top tips.
Okay, so thank you so much for inviting me. So today is a little bit about the content side. So Bex, as you know, talked brilliantly about strategy and the why and the how. But putting that into practice is actually something completely different. So what I want to do is just talk simply about what makes the best content. So if I take you back to the latest dinner party that you went to, so this is my analogy. You wouldn't just walk in, talk to people who you know, people you don't know, about what you do and how they should be your customers. It just wouldn't work. You'd get to know them, you'd talk about yourself a bit, you'd tell them about the holidays maybe you've been on. You'd find those common grounds that make it easy to talk to those people. And then you'll find them more receptive to hear what you do and what you can offer them. So when you think about Facebook, it really is the social platform. When you go on there and you're scrolling, what kind of mood are you in? You're normally in quite a relaxed frame of mind. So you don't want to be sold to either. It's a bit annoying, isn't it?
I hate being sold to on Facebook. It's just, well, you're on there for your friends and family to see what they're doing. And the worst thing is if someone then comes along and you've got loads of posts going, oh, buy this bucket. It's brilliant. I'm like, I don't want to book it.
A little bit off-putting because just, who is this person? You don't know anything about them.
Yeah.
So be mindful that when people are scrolling on Facebook, they're not in that kind of relaxed mood. But that is a real advantage to a lot of small businesses because you can start to influence that overall buying decision. You can get them to like you, to know a bit about you. You can show that you're like those people because ultimately, if you know your audience, you know that you can talk in their language, you do the same things. Ultimately, your aim is their aim. So that you've got the solution to their problem. So what I wanted to do today, I've not even told you this.
It's exciting.
This is exciting.
Yeah.
I do like to read a lot about case studies because the world of communications and social media changes so much. You need to be on top of your game. So a couple of years ago, this case study really, really caught my mind. It really caught my attention. So it was about an American guy who his dream was always to own his own vineyard and make his own wine. How lovely.
Oh, that'd be great.
So he did.
Any wine.
So, yeah, I know. Yeah, amazing. Just nip up to the vineyard.
Yeah.
So what he just, just by good fortune, a vineyard did come up for sale in France. So he upped sticks. He had 2 children, took them all out of America, moved them to France. Now, his plan was to do social media because he'd done his research, or so he thought, and the 2 other terraces that were close by were very famous wine brands. They didn't need to do any social media. In fact, they didn't do much marketing at all because people knew that brand name and would buy it on the back of the name.
Okay.
It's a bit like Moe. It's just,
Yeah.
you know it's good.
I knew.
It's
It's kind of been around for years.
Yeah, they don't really need
Yeah.
to spend loads on social
No.
media marketing. So his idea was, well, they're not doing any social media marketing. I will. I'll soon have the visibility. And I'll be as good as them. Hold that thought. So he decided Facebook because it's brilliant for business to customer.
And how many users are on Facebook? That was my question.
Yeah.
Can you remember?
Was it 2.2?
2.2. I told her earlier I shouldn't have done that, should I?
There is another question you can ask.
2.2 billion users.
Billion. I said million. I got it way off. Way
oh,
off.
right. Yeah, 2.2 billion. And the next question is, so if you're watching live, write it down. What percentage of people use Facebook every day of that 2.2 billion? If you've got an idea, just type it in the chat. If not, I'm going to try and guess.
No, I saw it.
I'll let you carry on.
I saw it.
Oh,
Anyway,
okay.
so
Pretend you didn't.
well, I would never have guessed it was that. So, so at the moment, all we know is that he's moved his family to France, and he's going to embark on Facebook, believing that is going to solve all his marketing problems. So what he did was he set up his page. He talked about the temperature, the acidity of the soil, how much daylight there was
In France.
in that area.
Okay.
What kind of water he was watering the vines with, things that he wanted to tell people. He didn't consider what people wanted to hear from him.
Yeah.
So he had followers and page likes, but no one was actually engaging other than his family back home. So after a few months, he thought, this isn't working. Do you know, I'm just going to talk to my family. So this is when he turned into, well, I've written it down here, accidental marketing genius.
That's interesting. Yeah.
So what he decided to do was, forget about it for now. I'm just going to talk to my family.
Because actually, I wouldn't really be interested in knowing what he was watching his plants.
No, and that's the key. Yeah, I buy wine on whether it's screw top or not. That's kind of how classy I
like
get.
a Marlborough. Yeah.
Yeah. I really don't. It doesn't matter to me as long as it tastes good. Yeah. Anyway, so what he did, he started to do videos. He set up a YouTube channel as well.
Like this. Don't forget to subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. I need more followers.
So he thought, well, do you know, my family would like to see my children. So they'd come home from school, gorgeous American children, lovely accents, talking French, talking what they'd learnt at school. This is us in our new life. And then they'd put on the wellies and they'd go up to the vineyards and they'd start watering with their cute little watering cans. And people loved it. They'd like to see them. It was their story being unfolded.
Yeah.
But he was just accidentally doing. When they went on holiday, he would talk about, this was away from the vineyards. This is what we do. This is what we do as a family. Oh, and here's our wine, that kind of thing. And people started to interact. He started to get orders. So he did talk about the wine still and the conditions, but to a less extent. It was more about their story.
Yeah. And the lifestyle.
And their lifestyle, exactly. And one post in particular, viral is too strong a word, but certainly got thousands of shares, was when he demonstrated how to open a wine bottle with a shoe.
Really?
You whack it, Google it. You can whack it at one end. And people loved it.
And what bottle? Not a sparkling bottle? Not like Prosecco?
No, a bottle of normal wine. And you've forgotten your...
Oh, you should have demonstrated it on YouTube.
Next time. We'll do it next time. We'll do it next time. And people loved it. People just loved him. They loved his family and they loved what he had done. But they just loved his story. So when he did say, oh, and I've got this wine on and it's on offer, it was fine because people were receptive to it because they had there was likability there. So really, the key to that case study is be yourself, tell your story, be human. Because what we have that the corporates don't is, it's a bit corny, but we've got a beating heart, we've got a why, we've got we've got a story to tell. And if you use that to your advantage, you can really nail what Facebook is about.
Yeah, and we've got that passion, haven't we, as well?
Mm.
And passion for that. My battery's about to die on my phone. It's good planning,
planned
isn't it?
well, didn't
Yeah.
we? We got
I'm
off
just
the
gonna
tea.
Get an
That's right.
extension. You keep talking.
Well, I'm going to have to just do a little bit of a shimmy round.
Yeah.
Hang on, just 1 second. This is
The joys of live
we
video.
can swap seats now, so I'm in control.
Yeah.
You actually leaving me in the room
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Oh wow!
Just keep
I'm do you know what? I think this was planned. She's actually going out of the room now to sort out the battery on her phone. So she's absolutely thrown me, hasn't she? But yeah, please stay with us while Bex sorts herself out, because she is going to be talking more about the stats of Facebook and why it is important for small businesses to use Facebook. And I just want to go back to the bit I said earlier about people are in a different frame of mind. It's really important that you remember that, because when you're in that relaxed frame of mind, you are more open to new suggestions, to be influenced for a buying decision as well. And it does take, I think it used to be up to 7 times that they would see a business. Bex might know the answer to this one. Touch points, I'm just talking about touch points. So it might take somebody 7 times to see your posts to actually be influenced to use your service or your product. Is it still 7 times, or has that gone up now?
No, it is generally 7 times. Because, and people don't realise this. People sort of launch on social media and expect immediate results. But because people don't realise is you've got to let your audience know and trust you. Sorry, you're wobbling a bit. There we go.
We're in. So I just shut that there.
Yeah.
Sounds like a comedy act.
Should be charging now. It's a good job. Good job I wasn't on my own today. So yeah, touch points. Basically, people launch on the Facebook page and just expect results straight away. But yes, you'll get results straight away. You get your friends and your family liking it, which is really, really valuable. But if you want to increase your reach of your posts wider than your Facebook followers, then you've got to create entertaining content, and it won't start straight away. You've got to get posts that's engaging with your existing followers. And then once you've got engagement with your existing followers, when you start posting more content, like Amanda was saying, that's more personable, then you're touching their hearts. They're getting to know you. They're never going to share content or anything if they don't know you, unless it's particularly funny and entertaining, because it is Facebook.
They do say that the majority of shares is because you think it's going to make you look cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I saw a really good funny post. Actually, it was on Twitter this morning. Actually, I was going to share it, and I probably will share it later. And it was just some little ducklings. They'd hatched these ducklings, and they were walking up. This farmer had created this little circuit for them. It was in the barn, and they had to walk up this AstroTurf thing, and then they had to jump on a water slide back down to a little bit of water in the bottom, and then walk back up. And they were loving it, absolutely loving it. I said, that's really cute. But what you've got to remember is I could share that, and it's relevant because it's about content and social media. But to most businesses, it wouldn't really be relevant. So you're just sharing content for the sake of sharing it. What people have got to get in their minds is that it doesn't matter how many people you reach with your posts, how many followers you've got. It's got to be about the content that resonates with your best and truest fans and creates business for you and creates business inquiries, because that's what we want. But it is absolutely being about that fly on the wall, isn't it?
It is, and it's keeping an eye on your stats as well, because you can see what works well and what doesn't just by the numbers of engagements, and you can really hone in on what your followers do actually want to see.
Yeah, and it is. It's just,
and it might surprise you, but let it surprise you. You know, they might want to see more about what you get up to.
Yeah,
because that's your story, and that sometimes sells a product. In fact, another example, one of my friends is a hairdresser, and she took some time off, and her Facebook feed was just full of her walking her dog. And in that time, she got so many more new clients because her dog looked like theirs.
Oh, really? Oh, that's
And-
interesting. So, yeah.
Oh, your dog's just like mine, and
Yeah.
you are the same as me. Therefore, you must be a great hairdresser. It's quite
Yeah.
simple, but you'd be surprised. I think if you go in with an open mind as well.
Yeah. So it's honing in on those clients who want to do work with you, and it's trying to get you, those potential clients on Facebook, get to know you. And there's always a little clue that people forget on Facebook. The little clue is the name, Facebook. Facebook is about faces, and people forget that. So Facebook will reward you for putting your face on your posts, because people want to see faces, and it's so true on particularly on Facebook. So if you've got posts that are going out there salesy, if you've got posts that are talking about your products and your business, then change your strategy slightly and test it, because if it's working for you and it's good business, fine. But what I suggest you do is test it, and test posts between a face and a just a generic image, and see what results you get.
And never be afraid of pushing that business side out there, because if you are getting the balance right, then it should resonate and be receptive. Yes.
Yeah.
Received. I got the.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I mean.
Embraced.
Embraced. Absolutely. Yeah. But if you're still nervous about that sales part, all you need to consider is what benefits you can give, and what solution you have to somebody's problem. And then it doesn't sound salesy. It's I've got something actually you're going to really benefit from. So that's another angle if ever you're just nervous about doing a sales pitch.
Yeah. And it doesn't matter whether you're posting or whether you're advertising it on Facebook either. I've just been doing a little experiment with some of my Facebook ads. I'm about to launch my Facebook online course, which Mandy, you've done actually, haven't you?
I've done it, yeah.
Yeah.
Done it's brilliant.
Yeah. So I've developed an online course which goes through 6 sections. Each section has bite-sized modules talking you through right from creating a Facebook page right through to the strategy, the content, how you increase your visibility and your analytics, and how you monitor and measure it, with the ultimate aim of making sure you're getting business through Facebook. So I've just been doing some ads I've been testing actually for a LinkedIn workshop I've got on Wednesday. And I did a post with LinkedIn workshop, really sort of salesy, LinkedIn workshop on Wednesday. Or, come down. And then I did another post, exactly the same text, but full of people who came to my last workshop. So everybody's faces smiling and happy. And that post is outperforming the other one phenomenally. It really is, because people are on Facebook to see what people are doing. People are nosy to see what people are doing. The minute they see a nice Canva post, however you're developing your posts, or something that your graphic designers might have designed for you that looks beautiful in a box with a bit of writing on and a bit of images, those posts don't work nowhere near as well as just a quick snap of something behind the scenes from your business, a little story like what Amanda was saying. And it's about creating those little stories. I use my Facebook page as a little bit of a sort of a blog of what I've been up to, really. Don't really have much value to my viewers. I do a few posts about updates and things like that. But I just do a little blog post of what I've been up to, and it gets quite a lot of reach. And I get business. That's the most important thing. I get business. I'm not bothered about thousands of followers. I've only got about just over 400, 450. But I get business from those 450, and that's what counts.
Absolutely.
So, yeah. So the question was of these 2.2 billion people on Facebook, how many people do you think are daily active users? What percentage of people are daily active users? So this might surprise you, because obviously got 2.2 billion active people, and there are 70% of all Facebook users log on every single day to Facebook. Every single day of those 2.2 billion. So there is a fantastic opportunity if you get your content right. there is bound to be some of your potential clients on there, whether you are business to consumer or business to business. There's a massive opportunity. So Facebook is a massive opportunity, but only if you do it right. If you're posting and you're not really used to getting 2 or 3 likes and stuff like that, you need to change your content strategy. It's not working for you. You know, you need to get that more engagement. So we've got a little announcement as well. Again, if you're watching and you've got any questions, please do let us know. I'm just going to scroll down. Please do let us know, because we're going to be signing off in 5 minutes. But if you've got any questions, type them in the chat and we'll happily respond. And if you're watching this after the event, type them in the chat. We'll pick them up later. But yeah, we've got quite an exciting announcement to make as well.
Drum roll.
So I've now sort of been in business nearly 18 months, and I do loads of workshops on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn. And one of the most common themes is, that's great, we know how it works, but we don't actually know what content to post. I think this is probably the biggest sticking point, which is why we kind of decided to have a little chat today about content. So, what are we doing?
On the 5th of November, fireworks. Don't forget it. We're doing a joint workshop. So there'll be 2 experts in the room, social media, and I'm a copywriter. So we'll be talking about the why, the how, but we'll be getting you to do an actual content plan that you can execute easily, confidently, and we're on hand to bounce ideas off. It's just going to be, it's going to be full of energy and great fun. And I think the ideas will be absolutely flowing, and you'll be surprised at what you come up with. Yeah, you really will.
So ideally, we're going to bombard you with content, but not just bombard you with content. We're going to show you real life examples of content that works, that get results. Give you loads of examples so that you can kind of think about repurposing them for your business. And then I've got fantastic content plan that I'm going to share with you that we're going to actually fill in there and then. And we're going to talk through things like, you know, what hashtags mean and how you use hashtags in your content and things like that. So we're going to talk through a little bit of the technical side for your social media channels, but we're also going to be talking about the psychology behind the content.
Yeah, psychology. Yeah. Video content, do's and don'ts.
Yeah.
Images,
what type of images. So we're going to be compiling our best ever work with regards to content. So if you want to come along, it's on the 5th of November.
And where is it?
It's in Birchwood in Warrington. And this is limited to 10. We have only got 10 spaces. So please do, if you are interested in coming, book along straight away. So it's £145 for the morning, and you get all that content, limited to 10 people, and it's in Birchwood at the lovely UBC offices.
We've blocked out 3 hours.
Yeah.
So there's a lot to cover, but there's plenty of time as well to get this all-important content plan done. But like I said, we're not just going to leave you to it. We're going to full-on, hands-on, be there at your disposal to help you nail it.
Yeah, and start planning out for the year ahead. So, yeah. So join us. I will share the link. I will put the link in once we've launched this video. So we'll put them on YouTube. We'll put the link in just underneath in the comments. And if you're watching on the Facebook group, we'll put it in the comments in the Facebook group, the link to that event. It's on Eventbrite. So we'll share that there. And if you are watching on YouTube, please do subscribe to this channel. I do live stream every Monday at 12:30, so come along and bring your sandwich and eat your sandwich whilst you're watching. However, little caveat, I'm not here next Monday, so apologies about that, but I will post a useful video instead. I've got a nice little video actually which leads on quite nicely from what we're talking about today. A little video on, now this could actually surprise people, a little video on how to remove Facebook likes. Why would you remove Facebook likes? Because people want more likes. Basically, I'm encouraging people to remove Facebook likes on their page if they are not a potential customer. Because the trouble is Facebook is so competitive at the moment. your posts only go to a fraction of your followers. So if that fraction of followers are potential customers who are never going to engage or buy from you, then you don't want your content going to those. It's a waste. So I'm going to show you how to remove likes and followers.
So you
off
can
your page.
tailor the organic reach.
Exactly.
Oh, that's good.
So that's exciting, isn't it? So I'll post that next
Didn't
Monday.
even know that was a thing.
Yeah, there you go. You'll learn something new every day. So join us. Well, do not join us. You won't be here in a couple of weeks, but I will be back in 2 weeks' time, 12:30, just before our 5th of November event.
It will be.
Just before our content workshop. So yeah. So come and join us, and don't forget to subscribe. Right, guys. Well, thank you very much for watching. And again, any questions about today, any comments, just post them in the chat after this. All right, thanks, guys. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.